Hey guys, welcome back. Brave Belle here, and it's story time. So I think I'm going to do a throwback to childhood. I actually just answered this question, and I thought it would be a fun story to tell. When I was little, I wanted lots of things. I wanted animals, my own zoo. There's an animal theme with all of this, and I never got any of that. I never got my own zoo. I did, however, get a lot of animals. I've had like 3 goldfish, a couple of mice, multitude of hamsters, 2 rabbits, and a few puppies. Not at the same time. That would be ridiculous. But yeah, I've always had animals in my life up until now at college because they aren't allowed. So I really miss my puppies. The only thing you can have here are fish, and as much as I would love a fish, the fish die because of the water here. I swear the people at Petco told my roommate, and we actually had 4 fish die on us, and it was because the water here has too harsh of chemical levels in it for their little bodies, so they wound up dying. Rest in peace, Enzo and all of the other victims. But welcome back. My story for today is about how I wanted a little kid's Jeep. You know the type I'm talking about. It was like your own little car. It was the best thing you could have. They had the barbie-mobile for girls and the rugged Jeep for guys that came in all sorts of colors like red and black. And I didn't care which one I had. All I knew was I wanted one. And I would see all the other kids have them when I was at family gatherings or over at a friend's house, and it was like so much fun. I mean, I knew they couldn't go as fast as they seemed on the commercials, but I still wanted one for very specific purposes. I wanted to host my own safaris, and the only way I could do that was if I had one of those cars. And in my mind, I had this big daydream about how I would set up all my stuffed animals in the house. Don't know why I would have a Jeep in the house, but in my daydream it went like that. And I would drive along in my Jeep with my friends and be like, oh, look at that animal over there, that animal. And then it occurred to me, I could do that outside with real animals. I could point out bunnies and squirrels and hawks, and I became set on having a Jeep. So every time I would see a kid with one of their little Jeeps driving around, I would usually be with my dad, and I would turn to him, and I would go, Dad, I want one. It really wasn't a thought-out request. And he would tell me, no, because those are for lazy kids, and lazy kids become fat kids. I know what you're thinking. It probably wasn't the best advice or rejection to give to a little girl, but I was 5, so I hadn't become aware of my body and what was right and wrong in society's eyes, but I knew that my dad didn't like lazy people. Now that doesn't mean fat people, but as soon as I heard lazy, I was like, uh-oh. So every time I would ask him and be like, can I get a Jeep? And he'd be like, you see those kids? Those are lazy kids. I didn't think having a Jeep would be me being lazy. I didn't want to substitute it for walking. I wanted to have my own safaris. If anything, I was more of a entrepreneur who thought I could make money off my love of animals, and I don't think that's lazy at the age of 5 or 6. It's showing a lot of initiative, but I couldn't convey those thoughts to my dad, and I never got one. Probably the real reason was because it was probably too expensive and I saw that they broke a lot, but yeah, that's one of the things that I've wanted and have never gotten, and it still sticks with me. So if you want, if you're interested, you can put in the comments below what you've always wanted as a kid and maybe never got, or it could be a happy story. Like, I did get it, and it was not what I expected, which was the case with my Furby army. When I was little, I saw the Furby commercials, and I was like, this is cute, it's kind of like an animal, I want one. I got 2 for Christmas, and I realized that Furbies are Satan put on this earth. They are the freakiest things, and I would tell my parents, no, I don't like it. You'd think they'd catch the hint. I didn't play with them. At night I would put my blankets over them. I couldn't look at them in the eye. The way they squawked like struck fear into my core, and they kept buying me them, so I had a small Furby Militia that I was afraid was going to suck out my soul and eat me in the middle of the night. So I got Furbies, but not the Jeep. Realistically now, if I had the Jeep, I would load all of my old Furbies in them and then just drive it off a cliff. Straight off and destroy them for the good of humankind. The last thing I want to do in my video today is show you guys, I mentioned in my last one about how I pay $26,000 to go to college every year. Yikes. But I do have scholarships and loans, so it doesn't seem that bad right now. However, the building that I'm living in is very innovative in its architectural design. And so it's super big. The dorm rooms are bigger than most, which is awesome. It's a huge dining center. It's a really tall building, super cool design, kind of looks like a W. And all of the rooms have really huge windows, which you don't see in a lot of dorm rooms ever. They're usually plop, little. So that's awesome. But with the design, with the W, I'm in a room right here. Right there in the W. So I kind of got screwed for my view. So here's what my money is going to. Let's see. Yes. Over there are other people's rooms. And there are the elevators. Don't mind that satanic star. That's just a thing that RAs do when we go on winter break. Oh, and what's this? That little blue thing is an Almond Joy. Someone above us decided one night to throw out a whole bag of mini Almond Joys, and biggest waste ever. But yeah, there's my slight view of another dorm hall. Oh, it's so beautiful. But the one good thing is we've communicated with people across the way who I'm sure they think we're dead now because well, this is the first time I've had the shade up in months. And a lot of pigeons land here, so I get a lovely view of pigeons making some new friends. So thank you guys for tuning in and staying with me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Brave Belle out.